nails on my toes.
Oh.
That's what he said.
Hey, welcome back.
I'm sorry.
So, when we last left off, the party
My
had...
secret's revealed.
That'd be really disturbing. Anyway, so, when we last left off, the party had done quite a lot of traveling, leveled up, now at level 3, exited the high forest, entered the rolling plains nearby, eventually coming upon Secomber to the outskirts of the wall, not having actually entered, as the actual city itself is quite a ways away, as it is currently morning as you awaken in the house of Maria Thornbuck, having just enjoyed some of her famous Thornbuck tea, except for Kepesk, of course. These effects will last until your next long. Yes, we can. So, anyways, you awaken now, and having enjoyed some delicious Thornbuck tea, they will last until you take another long rest. Specifically not short rest, so you can take a short rest and the effect will continue to stay. However, if you gain any points of exhaustion, it will also be spelled. So you can't like let it continue forever. So as you awaken in Maria's household, the sun beginning to rise over the hills, what would you like to do?
I'm inside, right? Like everyone else.
Okay. I want to find Maria.
I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go outside.
Oh.
You gonna go outside?
Yeah.
Okay. As you step outside, the crisp morning air is somewhat refreshing on your tongue. As you just kind of and take a big old yawn and stretch. The mic is over here.
I know, but I don't want to lick your mic
I
on
know you
accident.
can. I won't stop you. Just kidding, I will. Anyway, I'm sad I don't have any weapons in immediate reach.
Raid her cabinets.
Yeah, make
Just
an investigation check.
Shamelessly.
I'm just gonna walk around her house and look at it.
Okay. It's fairly nice inside. There's a few small pieces of furniture here and there.
Outside.
Can guess what
You're
it
outside, okay. Well, taking a look around generally implies you're inside anyway.
Sorry.
Taking a look outside, it's just kind of plants everywhere. It just seems like the house of an herbalist. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. A small pile of lumber for fires and things like that.
Are there any
It's pretty
bushes?
low. Yeah, there are a few bushes here and there of berries and such.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay.
Continue.
What do you get?
A 1.
A 1? Is it a natural one?
Yes.
All right. You can't seem to find any kind of food storage units. It's just kind of like looking like your food's like across the wood floors as you're just kind of like looking around for food and or drink in the form of any kind of container. As eventually this ruckus awakes everyone else, and also Maria, and seemingly Mason, as he kind of pokes his head out of his small room, just kind of like, again, as Maria kind of exits, like, oh, good morning. Are you looking for something? Did you lose something?
Food?
Oh, food. Yes, of course. Excuse me. Should have been up a little earlier than that. It's been a long day.
You don't need to apologize for sleeping.
Thank you. Well, I'll start breakfast. So she begins seeing the only thing that you didn't check was the very large cabinet in the corner, which you kind of were.
Labeled food cabinet.
Yeah, you didn't really notice it at first. You see, shelves lined with goods and.
Just looking in the silverware drawer, like.
Is there a table or something?
Yeah, there's a small, round table that's kind of in the corner.
I'm gonna take a seat at the table.
Okay. You take a seat. Eventually, she cooks up very simple breakfast. There's a few eggs, and it's basically an egg salad in that it's salad with egg. As she kind of prepares you a nice meal. Elizabeth, don't destroy my bag. That's not your bed.
Anything
Kitty,
is
please.
her bed.
Anyway. Alright, well, okay, there's no stopping her. So, you enjoy a simple breakfast. Well, is there anything I can do for you?
I had a question.
Yes.
I intend to mail this letter. Is there anywhere I could do that?
Oh, yes, I'm sure you could, contact someone in, well, let's see. Yeah, I suppose you could likely find someone in the town. I believe, one Mr. Porter occasionally does, mail and things of that sort. If you were to find him in town, I'm sure he's around. You could potentially deliver a letter or package.
Right.
I'm gonna continue eating.
Alright, as you eventually finish your meal, well, I'm afraid I don't have much else I can offer. I don't exactly have guests very often. It's, an unusual sort of situation that this is. But, if you're ever in the area and wish for somewhere to stay, you are perfectly welcome to stay here again.
Thank you.
Alright.
But like,
Okay. She kind of is a little surprised by this, but eventually kind of returns the gesture in like a curtsy, essentially.
wait, how old is she?
Um,
Can I do?
Yeah, for you make a medicine check.
History check.
Medicine?
Yeah.
Because she's old.
19.
19? Judging by her look, she looks like she's about, for human years, maybe between 30 and 40. Probably,
Oh, okay.
Probably early 30s.
Gotcha.
Just by the looks of her. You haven't encountered a lot of humans.
Another Who man.
Yeah. So, is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm ready to head out.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Alright, as you say your goodbyes, as she thanks you all
Wait.
once again for stopping by.
Wait.
Yes.
I want to give my rabbit's foot to Mason.
Okay. He eventually, he comes out of his room to enjoy some eggs, as eventually you kind of catch him alone for a moment. It's like, thanks for what you did in the cave again.
No problem.
I'd be dead, probably, or, I don't know, some sort of weird goblin kid slave, but,
I
they were kind of nice, though.
no.
The way they treated me, they fed me.
They
They did steal me from my mom, and that was mean, but,
it was pretty mean indeed.
I think they had good intentions.
I have
I'm gonna knock on the window and give Orion a thumbs up.
There's no windows in this.
There's no one. Oh.
No, it's just
thunk.
Gosh,
I have something that has kept me company for many of my travels, and I believe that it could come for some use for you. As to not get taken away from your mother again. He's gonna fish out. It's on like a little thread thing. It's not like gross or anything. But it's just
It's pretty well preserved. Oh,
It's a fresh rabbit's foot.
thank you. I'll keep it. I'll put it in my necklace.
Can I do that? Can there be like some sort of honor, like, and then bow? Wait. Scouts. just do like.
This doesn't translate at all.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to translate it. Gang symbols were thrown. As you as you eventually exit the home, you're out in the morning air.
Sorry.
Gang, gang. That's just what you do. Oh no.
Just
an ancient
starts
centaur
rapping under
tradition.
his breath.
It looks like antlers and then ears.
Hey, there you go.
As you make your way out into the crisp morning air, seeing Secomber a few hundred yards away from you. It's a distance away, as there are a lot of houses kind of on the outskirts of the town. As you know, there's a good view that this city kind of has over the area.
We're like walking towards it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Can the cap be a flat cap?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh, yeah.
like.
Little Irish boy hat.
Yeah, that's how I describe it.
Oh, okay,
That's
cool.
what it
I'm just gonna kind of like go through the bag and just kind of put it on my head.
is. Okay, what do you look like? Do you
Just
actually-
Like a gay bitch.
regular old human.
Okay, like
But with deer.
Okay.
just basic features.
Obviously same height, like about 6'1". Reddish hair. Pretty kind of puffy beard. But not too like wild. Just the light tunic, like tan tunic with the armor over it, and then just kind of like loose like tan capri things.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
like just shoes, cloth shoes.
All right. So as you put this cap on, think for a moment. The image forms in your mind, and when you open your eyes again, you have taken that form. As you guys witness this, it's kind of shocking as it just kind of seemingly transforms into a person.
Did your hat do that?
No.
Can I go up and just like poke him?
Where do you poke him?
Face. Right in the
You
face.
poke him in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, why?
I'm gonna take his
Why
hat.
would you do? No.
I'm gonna try and take his hat
No,
off.
I would
You
like
resist?
to resist.
Okay. Make a contested strength check.
This isn't fair.
19.
10.
As you just kind of like, as you scuffle for a moment, he takes the hat off as you float back into your full form.
I'm just gonna put it back on.
Alright.
You focus once again, and it's you reassume
You
the form
whoosh.
of the red-haired man.
I mean, I'm usually red haired and everything, but
The more
the more
Red-
man,
red-
more
red-
man
yeah.
than deer.
That's
All right.
actually rather interesting. I've never seen anything like that before.
I mean, yeah.
Can I try? It's kind of cool.
After we walk through the people,
You know, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good plan. It's a good move.
good because I thought of it. And, you know,
Perhaps.
not that stupid because
Okay.
I'm obviously a person now.
Well, let's try to get to the road at least. Alright, as you continue on towards the road, I need everybody to go ahead and make a perception check.
Oof. 7, 8, 9.
17.
17?
3.
3. Okay.
Simon is lost from
Natural
his
20.
thoughts.
As you're walking along, as Argon kind of somewhat leading the way, kind of at a moment just like puts his hand up as if to stop and then crouches down.
This
And
isn't
get his
You
bow.
obvious.
notice this too, as you're
Is he in the
walking.
road?
No, you're
Oh,
currently
okay.
you're making your way towards the road,
Okay.
and making your way over. You know, it's still a very hilly terrain. As you're walking, you eventually see, due to your height and your keen eyes, you spot crawling through the grass. It is some sort of figure. You see several. You notice this because the grass here is very high, and grass certainly does not move like that normally, as it just seems to be being pushed down at various points as if something is crawling through.
I would like to walk right towards it.
Okay, as you walk straight towards it, after as he's just is like trying to slap at you to get you to stop. After a moment, you walk up as you and you hear like this like shocked scream as you step on something kind of squishy.
Oh!
As you just and rolls out to the side, as you immediately feel a 16 to hit.
If it's your armor class, then it hits.
Then it hits,
right?
yes. You take 4 points of slashing damage as you feel this intense pain by your leg as you see kind of struggling and crawling out from under you is a small goblin that's trying to get off. get your get your hoof off his chest
wait a second. Can I?
as he's just slashed at your leg.
Orion would like to try to assume a human personality. So this is why he's going to talk like this. Just said.
Okay.
He's going to be very calm and just be like, "Hey, man."
As soon as you say this, there is a
No.
the goblin kind of like is freaking the hell out. And
Can I like try to
several
smother
other,
him?
like goblin heads just kind of like poke up. There, get him! And,
Oh,
and
God.
roll initiative.
Shit.
Ooh.
4.
Hey there, bro.
7.
It's plus dex, right?
Yeah.
11.
11.
21.
21.
7.
Rip that one guy that I just stepped on.
Okay, Kepesk?
7.
7. Simon?
21.
21.
Not Simon.
Orion?
11.
11. Well, that's a lot of numbers. Wait. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Considering this, the goblins are going ahead and going to go. They're
Gonna kill me.
Kepesk and Simon. You both are surprised as the goblins just kind of like and pop up as you are not expecting this at all, completely taken by surprise. First of the top of the round is Simon. You immediately see this, are taken aback. Your turn ends as you were surprised. Argon, however, seeing this, immediately is going to rush forward just towards the guy that you stepped on. Nope. Yep. And a nope. Wait. Nope.
How much HP do you have?
26.
That is...
By the way. Fuck you, by the way.
Do I have more than you now?
Yeah.
Hankies. Squishy tank boy.
Squishy tank. That's the best sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really want to. Can you pause it real quick?
Yep.
We determined last night.
Is it what?
Blessed.
No.
Okay. Alright. Immediately after him is Orion. You are also surprised, so you don't get to do anything this turn. After that, the first goblin who is currently underneath your hoof.
Dang it. My foot
Well,
feels like
it looks like a foot, but it feels like a hoof. As Argon just kind of like and manages you're kind of in the way, so he's trying to strike around you, and is subsequently the goblin is using this opportunity to kind of wriggle violently out of the way. The final strike he does manage to get and sinks a few inches into his chest as is the shock and surprise. This goblin immediately is going to make another attack. It's going to make...
I feel like goblins, from me DMing to you DMing, have turned into like intelligent beings to just like literal rodents.
I mean, they're pretty intelligent, but they just kind of suck.
They suck, but
They're not spear throwing monsters.
Yeah.
They're just kind of shitty monsters.
Alright, so the first one, making a strike at you, that is...
at me.
That is a 15 to hit.
Nope. Deflected.
Okay, as you kind of like just swing wildly at you, just missing very terribly. Okay, as this little tiny short sword is just swinging at you, sadly. Up after this, another goblin, seeing this, is going to draw a short bow. It's going to take a shot at Argon for stabbing his buddy. Amazingly, as Argon is just kind of like really taken aback by this goblin is like the marksman of the group. He is top tier class goblin, and it takes him right in the shoulder. He takes only 4 points.
I know we could have avoided this.
4.
Just kinda like,
4 points of damage.
we need goblin ears. We need money.
This. That's the guys doing the same.
But
That's
I
an
don't
natural
condone
1.
murdering
Just
things.
take a 0 if you're not killing.
That's
We
a natural
told you
20.
about the job and you took the job.
I never said I would kill people.
But that's the whole
That's
job.
the job.
I never said
Killing
I
the
would kill
goblins.
people.
As this goblin looses another bolt, as this one catches Argon in the same shoulder, pretty close where he's and he is like blown back partially. As another bolt comes shooting towards you, catches you in the flank, which isn't there. It's a little weird because the arrow kind of impacts and then half of it disappears as it's hidden by the illusion. There's just a half a bolt that's just kind of there. And up after that, you take 4 points of damage, piercing damage from that. This is intense. Oh, these are some goblins right here. Alright, up this is Simon.
Okay, I'm going to cast Magic Missile, and then I'm
Okay.
going to send 2 of the darts at the one with the bow, and 1 at the one that attacks him with the...
Okay, so both have bows. But yeah, go ahead and roll 2d4. Yeah, I know. Currently 3 of them have bows, and then one of them just kind of drew a short sword. And there's the one on the ground.
That's a 1, 4, and a 4. Oh, wait, and I add 1 to each.
Yeah.
So that's a 2, 5, to 5.
Okay. So the first 2 are at the first guy, and the last one is the other.
Yes.
Okay. First one was a 7. 7 total for the first one.
Yes.
And
5 for the second.
okay. All right. As you just kind of, as you focus on down your little finger gun sight for a moment, as they just shoot out like micro missiles and into each goblin's ear, and kind of shriek and get the bastard. After this, movement bonus action.
No.
Okay. Up after this, Argon is going to just kind of without looking, just backhand and slash. Okay, so anyway, as the first goblin is boy, what's that plus sneak yeah, as he just and the goblin is bisected from the top of the shoulder blade down through the arm as he's sliced in half completely. As just backhands without looking, is going to rush forward, reverses the grip on his swords, and just makes 2 attacks towards the nearest goblin with a short sword. That is 18.
How many goblanos are there?
Right now you can see 5.
Oh. It's a whole herd.
And then this back.
Wait, is it per ear?
10 gold per ear.
That's
50 gold.
no 100 gold.
Split among us.
100 gold for me because I'm taking all of it.
You're fine.
All right. As you just both swords connecting with the goblin, as you just come, bitch, and is returning, preparing to return fire against him. Up next is Orion.
Okay, so as a bonus action, I want to cast Shield of Faith on Argon.
Okay.
Which, shooting field appears and surrounds the creature, granting it a 2+ bonus to AC for the duration. It's 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I want to cast...
As you cast it, the shimmering appears, and you just, what is that?
It's
Oh,
cool.
Okay. As he continues.
And then I want to cast Command on
Okay.
one of the Goblanos.
All right, which one?
So the one under my foot is dead, right?
Yes.
And then another one is dead. Like,
No.
one got cut in half.
That was the one being
Oh, okay. The one that Argon was fighting.
Okay.
And I want to say flee.
Okay. need
Wait,
to
is
check
there
something.
is there one that definitively looks like a leader?
Make a perception check.
17.
17. Taking a look around, you kind of see that one of them has more like markings and kind of tattoos, and his weapons just seem a little bit better than the others.
That one.
Okay,
I want to make that one. Flee.
Okay. That is a. It's a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
What's your DC?
14.
14. He rolls a 15. Just good rolls.
I hate this guy.
This guy is just kind of like, and shakes it off. As not take us, as he just kind of angrily.
We
speeds
literally, I stepped on someone. I'm sorry.
You ambushed the ambush squad. That's not all right.
I said hello. I stepped on him. I'm sorry that you're
Kill
so
this
short.
guy.
As he just kind of directs the two. After that is Kepesk.
How far away am I from
You're about 10 feet away.
the herd of goblos? I'm gonna go for that guy that was.
Alright, which one are you going for?
For the one that was talking.
The leader you want?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
like for a spell that has the symbol components. Just
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna rage.
Okay. Oh boy, that dexterity saving throws all around. What's the DC is 13. Okay, that's a success. That's a failure. That is a failure. This one's a failure. And that's a failure. So go ahead and roll a d6.
2.
Okay. He's dead.
Is that plus anything?
Nope.
No.
It's just a d6.
Okay. And then I'm gonna.
Hang on. I
Okay.
gotta do this real quick. Okay, as you do this, you hear this from immediately to your left as a goblin that you didn't see previously
God damn it.
is kind of zapped. Also fails the dexterity saving throw. 2, and 2. As the one currently fighting Artie just kind of and falls backwards, crisp and burnt. And go ahead and.
I'm gonna.
What you want as your action?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna use my Hungry Jaws bite thingy to bite the leader.
Okay. Now, normally that is
that a bonus
that's,
action?
That's done as a bonus action.
Oh, I thought it was an action.
But I don't have a problem with doing a bonus action as an action if it's something in the specific instance of that. I don't have any problem with that. So
I'd
you can go ahead
rather.
and do that.
I think I'm just gonna stab.
Okay.
Instead, I
As
want
you-
to play it.
Alright, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Damn it. 7, 8, 9, 10.
And as you just kind of he tries to pull up his the sword is almost as big as he is. He just kind of like hides behind it essentially, as it's a very wide flat blade. So you kind of in response to your attack on him. After this is the Goblanos, who the
I like that I call them Goblanos.
the leader kind of and immediately begins sprinting away as the effects of the command take a hold of his mind. Wait, no, actually, did he succeed? No, he succeeded.
Yeah,
Never
he
mind.
succeeded.
No, I'm sorry. That was just me being stupid. I'm
Yeah,
just
we know.
retarded.
No, he ran away.
I'm a bad DM. Sorry, I'm a failure. Anyway.
I inflict damage. I inflict damage to physically.
Great.
I'll just start throwing D2.
Yeah,
Who
that's-
for misinformation?
That's not what he does. Okay. So, the one beneath your foot is dead.
You
That
get
one's
it?
dead. The two kind of immediately near you begin backing up. You can get an attack of opportunity on one if you choose.
Whichever one. Well, I guess they're not. Neither is closer. I'll just. Yeah, I'll do it. Doesn't
Okay.
matter which one.
You strike out, go ahead and make an attack roll. As you kind of swing past him, he just kind of ducks out of the way, and then as two arrows come flying towards you from both directions, that is a 14, and that is a natural 2. As they just kind of like cross in front of your vision as you just kind of like step back out of instinct. The one sees this, takes the opportunity, and swings his large, like cleaver-like sword towards you.
I don't like being level 3.
This is what you get for ambushing us.
And swings towards you.
You did it first.
That is a no. As you just kind of and you block it like offhanded with your sword. You what?
Just like, you did it first.
Alright, up after that is Simon.
Okay, he's kind of eager to try this out. Wants to get some practice.
Genocide.
So,
I cast Disintegrate.
he's gonna cast Mind Spike on.
I cast Wish.
Please
I
do
wish
this.
for that goblin to die.
Please do this
Specifically.
for this if it causes psychic damage.
But gonna cast Mind Spike on the one that just missed Kepesk.
Okay.
So that is a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It is? Well, he rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, it is a Wisdom saving
Okay.
throw.
Oh yeah, I was thinking it was attack roll. Doesn't make sense.
That is gonna be 15 psychic damage.
15 psychic damage. As this one, who had already taken the impact of several magic missiles, kind of like looks at this is somewhat panicking, and then just seizes as you see blood begin to trickle from his ear, and drops to the ground dead.
It's really funny, but really sad.
So that was not the leader.
No, that was the one that is
Brain just like exploded in his head.
essentially. As the mind spike snuffs him out. That's that guy gone.
Hey, I think we should.
Just aneurysm on the job. Okay. After this, Argon kind of being a little weirded out, by the. Oh, did you roll your portent, by the way, today?
Yeah.
Okay. Being a little surprised by the floating shield, kind of like. As his sword is just kind of passing through. He's like, neat. Just chucks his sword at the nearest guy and rushes toward him. That is a 15, which hits, and you are within 5 feet, so you can sneak attack on that. As the other goblin, who had also taken some damage from the magic missiles, just kind of, as his head is impaled by the black sword in his right hand, it just, and you kind of see now as the goblin falls, its head bisected. You see that its handle almost equally long as the blade itself, seems to be made of like a tibia, like a bone, as some sort of handle.
These dang goblins.
With wrappings around it. After that, he's going to rush up and towards another one. There, let's see. Yeah. That hits. That's cocked. That also hits. Makes 2 more attacks against him. Okay. As the boss goblin is now being bereaved by the two of you just kind of like slashing towards them. That's that. And up next is Orion.
Yes.
You watch as
Yes.
another goblin kind of dies as he leaps over it, pulls the sword out, and is beginning to attack the seeming impromptu de facto leader of the group.
Okay, so how close am I to any goblin that's alive in my vicinity?
There is one to the left of you, which Kepesk kind of surprised with the small little jolt.
Exactly how close? Not like, it's not even a range problem.
About
It's just...
about 8 feet away.
Okay, can I get as close to him as possible?
Yeah.
I want to cast Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attempt to like break his eardrums.
Okay.
And I just want to yell really loud. I don't know what I should yell though.
Three.
Yeah, I just want to yell
Just-
free, just at
that
like
person's
the
going.
max.
Go ahead and make just a straight performance check. Or no, make an intimidation.
Weird.
sees
not
like
like nat 20.
just 20. As you just kind of his what little bits of hair and kind of skin is just kind of like blown back slightly. He's just kind of like. You're not quite sure how he's reacted or if he'll do anything this turn, but he seems pretty surprised.
Got it.
Okay. Up after that is Kepesk.
I'm gonna rush the leader dude, and I'm gonna stab him, and I'm gonna bite.
Okay. Go ahead and make both of those.
14, 15, 17, and 15, 16, 17, 18.
18 also hits.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage and roll a d6 and add dex, and then roll a d6 and add strength. And since you're raging,
6, 7, 8. 8 for the
8
stab.
and then how much for the bite?
4, 5, 6.
And then because you're raging, you get the damage bonus to 2. So 7, 8.
Yeah.
Okay, you take 8 temporary hit points as you just kind of like stab him upwards toward in the gut and just as you crush his skull beneath your powerful as this kind of it's not very good. It tastes kind of rubbery.
It's like when you stab an egg roll with a chopstick and then bite into it, you know?
It's chewy. Yeah, it's not that good.
I feel like egg rolls are good though.
It's like an expired dumpling.
Oh,
it's
that's
just
lovely.
exposed.
That sounds
Like,
great.
That's filled
Does
with
it
salsa.
pop?
As you just kind of, it just crunches and squishes. As up next, the goblin that is kind of looking up at you sees this. is just gonna run at full speed. You can take an attack of opportunity if you choose.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll, add your strength, add your proficiency.
Oh, so I can just do it?
Mhm.
Okay.
And don't we add one because of...
Oh yeah, you're supposed to add one to the damage.
Not for me, wishes.
12.
12. As he's just kind of rushing past you, you bring down your mace with 2 hands. As it just impacts the earth. As he just kind of, and it is just sprinting.
As someone's skull gets crushed beside him.
Oh god.
As he is sprinting away.
Wait, no, that's 20 gold.
Damn.
Up
Get
next is
him.
Simon.
I'm gonna take aim at the one that's sprinting away
Okay,
and cast all 3 of my magic missiles
All 3 of them. Wait,
at
what
him. Like, all
Oh,
3
oh,
of
I
the
see what you
darts.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage for those.
I just wasted 20 gold, like, eating his head.
Aww.
Maybe we can salvage it from my teeth, it'll be fine.
We need 10 damage.
10 damage. As he's kind of running away, he's like, flips you off, and he sees it. as they just kind of just impact into his back, he's just and falls forward, tumbling just into the tall grass as he just is snuffed out.
Oh, when I start chopping Goblino's ears off.
Okay.
Are we out of combat? Or are we all gone?
Yeah, combat is
I'm gonna start running towards the one that I just shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and find the ears and the gore that I've created.
Make an investigation check, you. You also make an investigation check.
14.
You
Yeah,
make
14.
one too.
14.
14?
Wait,
Okay.
add intelligence to that?
Yeah.
18.
18. Yeah, you managed to find where he landed, and you're cutting its ears off.
Yes, reluctantly.
Okay, so you're just kind of like, oh, this is really gross. As you're just kind of sawing the ear off. It's just kind of like, it's still twitching slightly. So it's you're really freaked out as you saw the ear off from each one. You salvaged most of an ear. It's still clearly an ear, but it's just one. But in total, in number of ears, you managed to scavenge about 11. Or excuse me, 10. You get about 10 ears total from everything with just the state of their corpses.
With our inventories, I'm asking now so that we know for later. When it's the party that has it and we're using a total, should we all put down the total in our inventory?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay,
That's fair.
I'm down with that too.
It's just kind of a shared thing.
So that we're not like, well, I had 5, you had 2.
Yeah.
You had 3.
I'm writing it down as well.
Okay.
All right. as you just kind of like look around at the small goblin ambush party, you take a look around.
Wait a minute. Who were they ambushing?
Make a perception check.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, okay. that was the face I was expecting in that one. As you're looking over, you can see, just judging by the direction they were crawling through the grass, they were trying to do this very stealthily, because they're pretty stealthy creatures. You see up in the distance, there's like a makeshift gate. And you see there's two guards with like simple kind of patchwork leather armor. As you know, they've got like each of them has like a simple spear, and you see at this point two other guards dressed in similar garb come and relieve them. One of them, however, is dressed in he has, it's not plate armor, but there is a definite breastplate, and like there are elements of plate armor on it, as there is like an underneath material. There's some chainmail to it, as there's a lot of reds, as you kind of see, like there is a symbol, there is a crown emblazoned on the front in reds and golds.
A crown?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know there's a lot of red and gold incorporated in his outfit, along with the other guard who is just in simple patchwork leather armor. As you see the guards rotate out, as you figure that's probably where they were headed to, waiting for an opportunity to strike the distracted guards.
I want to walk towards them.
Okay.
Just kind of just.
All right. As you all make your way towards the guards, eventually
Wait, I want to take out the arrow.
Okay. Sure. Good remembrance of detail. As you just kind of like, and just kind of drop it off to the side. As you may all kind of make your way up towards that, with your collected number of ears, you make your way, and one of the guards kind of like lazily, the one in the patchwork, like, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Hey man, so I just want to give you a forewarning. We just killed a bunch of goblins that were gonna come and kill you.
Oh, brilliant. Well, what's your business here?
We're traveling adventurers. We're looking to turn these in for some gold.
That.
All right. What are your names? A Sararak, as Argon kind of pipes up and nods to the guards.
Norio.
Simon?
John Madden.
Well, please enjoy your stay. Get in. As they just kind of like open the front gates. As John Madden,
Did you say
Norio,
John Madden?
Simon,
Yeah.
John Madden, Simon, Norio, and a Sararak make your way into.
Why do you need fake names?
It's Orion backwards.
Oh, I thought it was because we had Oreos in the room.
No,
Word
Norio.
It's
associating.
Noiro, so Noro?
Nor.
No.
Great. Okay. As you all enter Secomber,
And
Yes.
Simon. I know, it was...
Me as a person and Simon are very confused as to why y'all need fake names.
I am too, I just went along with it.
all right. As you guys enter the town, you see that you know it's a simple and nice enough town. There's really not a lot of people out and about. However, there is kind of just a general air of bustling busyness. As you take a look around, you see a few like kind of ramshackle buildings of various materials. A few made of wood, a few made of stone, a few of slightly nicer materials. As it's just kind of like not hastily put together, but it's very much not what was initially there. As there's been a lot of expansions to the town, as you can see. As there are a few people walking around, you identify one or two other people with large swords strapped to their backs and such. As you see a few people walking around, you see you know a few simple farmer people peddling their wares. A few with some like a few goods to sell. Some
Cabbage.
cattle. Cabbage. There's plenty of cabbage.
That's for all those Avatar: The Last Airbender fans.
What cabbage?
It's the cabbage cart man who always gets his cabbage cart destroyed.
I don't understand.
It's a thing. It's a recurring thing in every episode. Like, not every episode, but a lot of episodes.
Oh, I was
The
thinking
guy
of
with
the
the cart of cabbage
blue
gets a shit
people.
blown up.
Oh no.
Alright, hang on. Let me
Yeah.
fix the volume here.
Definitely one of not the most
But can I say
interesting
something?
whatever.
The embodiment of what Orion's like aura is giving off is Aaron Hansen's like, yes, human people.
Am real human.
And I want
Friend
him to
Aaron.
greet every person he sees. Hello.
Okay,
hello.
Go ahead and just make a straight charisma check.
That might be a little loud.
13.
13.
It seems kind of low.
What?
It might be a little too loud for their party.
Okay. As you're kind of just making your way around, people generally seem to be in a friendly way,
Intense eye
except that, like,
contact.
there's not a lot of very friendly people here, but they do kind of acknowledge your presence. Most just ignore you, which you gather is the friendliest greeting that you could probably receive at this particular moment. You see a few people making their way around. Let's pause for just a second here, real quick here.
Yeah.
You see a few people kind of walking around. You see, a big burly, orange-haired dwarf with a huge axe on his back that just seems to be like his armor is primarily leather, but it's got like very nasty spikes on it. It's just kind of covered in spikes, as he has this small chain around his neck that's holding it's in the shape of a coin. It's this small silver kind of design. I'll show you when we eventually get those images, but it's okay. But it's a very distinctive shape.
Is it a holy coin?
Make a religion check.
11.
11. Based on the simplicity of it, it's not a religion that you've ever heard of or seen, and you haven't seen many. But it doesn't seem particularly holy to you. As you notice, another man with like kind of a dark brown bowl cut, essentially with a really large, long sword on his back, and like a simple cape almost. As he has one that is the same, except it's a more brownish metal and of a slightly different shape. It's more simplistic. The shape is more simplistic than the silver one. As you kind of gather, it's some sort of symbolism or something like that. It doesn't seem religious to you. As you eventually make your way through, you see a few semi-busy shops with not really a lot of people buying a lot of things, just necessary things. You see plenty of homeless people just kind of, sitting and slumped in the shade of some of the more decrepit homes, as they very clearly do not have a place to stay. It seems pretty poor. You see a few children kind of running around and playing, but not in a way that's noisy, just quietly playing and chasing after one another.
Can I go to the Monopoly Bank TM and convert 2 gold coins into like silver? Is that a thing that I can do?
You could try to.
Can I buy something and get change?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. What's around here? What's the most useless thing?
The most useless thing probably in the immediate area to you is just some sort of simple vegetable.
Sure, an apple. Can I buy an apple?
Sure. As you walk up to the nearest vendor who seems to be selling some apples. What can I help you with, sir?
How much is an apple? 2 apples.
2 apples, you get that for a copper.
How many apples do you have?
what you see is what you get, and what you see is about maybe 20 apples or so.
All of them.
Oh.
I have a plan. I'm not just being stupid. Yes.
All right. Well,
Do you need to keep like 2 or 3 of them?
no.
Okay.
I kind of want to go home.
Okay. What else does he have other than apples?
You see a few. You do see some cabbages. A few things just kind of sitting there, just ramshackle.
Okay. Can I
simple.
buy everything?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much would that
Yeah.
be? How much would that be?
You see him kind of quickly tallying up in his head. Well, that's some loud swords.
There's some really kids playing over there. Just
He kind of thinks over his head. 2 silver, 7 copper.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Thank you. As he just kind of like is beginning
No,
to gather.
don't move it or anything. Like you can keep your stand, but like just go home for the day, and I'll sell it. Well, no, I won't sell it, but I have a plan.
I have other things to sell.
Oh, okay. Do you have like a barrel or something that I can?
I-
How can I carry this?
I have a barrel.
Yeah.
I can't give it to you.
I can give it back.
What? I can't rent you my barrel. It's my only means of transporting produce.
Oh, do you guys have any to carry?
No, we don't. Why did you?
Because.
Why did you do that?
Ryan, do you
Would
need
give it away.
help with something?
What?
There's some hungry children in the
That's
area.
why I'm buying everything.
Well, we could just announce that this is free food.
So I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
so
pay up front,
Yeah.
I'll announce.
10.
Everyone, everything is free.
As he just kind of announces, people kind of look over. And
It's
then
on.
go back to what they're
No,
doing.
no,
and
no.
then one or two
It's-
people like eventually like. Graham, have you lost it?
No.
This fine gentleman right here is offered to pay for everything.
Well, all right. Thank you, sir. As they begin taking a few apples and various pieces of produce.
Are all of the homeless people getting up? Because I want to make sure that
In
they
the
get
area, you see as the lady's beginning to take some things, a few other people are beginning to gather around, and eventually a small crowd forms as you're kind of like, hey, you better watch out, because with the tightness of the crowd, someone could bump into you and realize that you have a horse
Can I like
butt.
yote behind his thing and just stand there for a second?
Is
Like,
there
Sure.
any meat?
But not in this particular stall.
Damn.
But if you were to look around, you'd probably
No,
find
that's-
something. Okay. Well, why are you doing this?
Why wouldn't I? People are hungry.
You're a good man. Times like these, we need people like you. Respect.
Thank you.
You can come by anytime.
Your name's Graham?
Graham. Yes.
Graham?
Graham.
I'm Norio.
But Nori,
Yes.
pleasure to meet you. Nori.
It's a
You're not from around here, are you?
no.
I figured. Well, do you want anything else?
No.
All right. Well, thanks.
Cool.
I suppose.
So I'm gonna wait until the crowd clears and
Okay.
come back.
It eventually does.
I'm just kind of like,
That was a waste of
Very
about
well.
10 minutes.
no, I gave homeless people food.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
As you see, a few people kind of like give you nods of respect, and you feel this warmth, and it seems to be coming, like you feel this radiating glow from the holy symbol of Halo around your neck, as you feel this kind of brightness on you, as you just kind of, it feels good. This sounds great on recording.
Oh
I
yeah.
think we should go ahead and pause real quick.
I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that.
Sorry about that. And Graham is like he's got this kind of just dark gray hair and a thick curly beard all around. It's just curly hair all throughout. He's got simple brown clothes, like almost like a friar. It's fairly simple clothes as people continue to, thank you occasionally for what you have offered them, and there's a bit of occasional squabbles between some food, but it's eventually distributed pretty evenly among the people who seem more in need of the general town. And you give him a gold piece, and he is really shocked by this and thankful, and gives you back about 5 silver and 3 copper. Do it that way, Will. But is there anything else?
Simon's gonna look around for Mr. Porter.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
10.
Yeah. As you kind of ask around, a few people can give you some general directions. Eventually, you are directed to kind of a post office area. You okay?
Yeah, I have to just rock the table.
Oh, I thought you landed on your foot or something.
I did earlier. Probably killed a nail.
As you kind of take a look around, you eventually are directed towards a bar. What you see is the good old bar at the
bar,
that one.
The
The
bar
one with the drinking and such.
Yeah.
with the alcohol and the people and the seats and the bar.
Don't sit on the character sheet, please, Cat. Oh God. The 7-string harp, the good old 7-string harp, which everyone knows is a local tavern for just common riff-raff type people. A few people have kind of seen him and direct you there.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow.
Right?
Same.
Wait, I want to shake Grant hands.
Okay. He just shakes your hand. Thank you very much for what you've done. Please do come again.
Will do. Shit, I kind of wanted one of those apples. Fuck, never mind, it's alright. It's good.
He reaches under. I have a few spares. Here.
Oh, dope.
He
Thanks.
gives you
Dope.
Doe! Sweet, bro.
Thanks,
you.
old
I'm
man.
gonna wait, is it I don't want to see. Is it safe to eat?
It's
Or
not
should
gonna
I-
break the illusion. No.
Okay.
I mean, unless somebody was looking really close for it to phase through your beard slightly, but it wouldn't really seem all that
Okay.
unusual. It's a pretty good apple. It's alright. It's not because obviously what he had out was the nicest stuff that he had to offer because he has to put the best foot forward. It's not the best, but it's an apple.
Have a worm. How interesting.
The other half.
But yeah, I'm gonna follow.
As you follow, you make your way into the tavern. Now immediately after I've adjusted the volume just so I get to turn it right back down. Yes.
I just realized something. So if I walk on hardwood floor, there's nothing to change the sound.
Don't you,
Yeah.
with thaumaturgy, can't you mute
No.
things?
You can't. Because you could, if you
I
walk
won't walk that.
carefully,
Yeah,
then you
I'll
could,
do that.
yeah.
Just
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 get little
as
footprints.
you kind of enter,
like
just go ahead and make a
puppet
stealth check. Just see if you can do it quiet.
I miss you, puppies.
Oh boy.
5.
Okay, you try to
Just coins in my pockets. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. The existence of the people around you somewhat masked it. People kind of look at you and give you some strange looks, but nobody really gives you any mind. As you take a look around, you see the dwarvish fellow from earlier is kind of sitting in the corner over one of the high tables as his feet are dangling off it because he's too short. He's just sitting there with a large pint of beer that seems to be empty. You see, a few various patrons. You see in one corner what appears to be a suit of dark gray armor, plate armor, kind of sitting up by itself.
Person.
As you approach and look closer, you realize it is in fact seemingly you have never seen anything like this. Simon, you go ahead and make a history check.
Is it?
I'm gonna walk up immediately and just poke it, just forehead-ish. Okay.
Head falls off, but there's nothing in it.
It's a ghost.
18.
18. You're fairly familiar with. In times of war and of conflict, powerful mages have been known to, give life to simple creatures, often in the forms of golems, iron golems, stone golems, even flesh golems, and a few other things that have been used to generally to combat invaders and the like, to be used as soldiers. However, some of those turned out somewhat differently, as some of them sort of either gained or were created with a sentience, like a childlike mindset, that sort of evolved into a full personality, where some of these creatures became essentially living. It is still in question whether or not they have a soul, but these beings came to be known as Warforged. And you see this here before you as it
He must be hot.
it essentially, it looks like a bit like the Iron Giant, in that it's just bulky, except all that bulk is everywhere. It has this huge, like, square jaw,
Thanos?
and these two kind of glowing, piercing eyes.
Thanos
As
Car.
it's not purple. There's no purple.
Oh, no,
As
we dated
it
this
seems
dated
to be
me.
kind of reading, and you're kind of looking at, as you enter the bar, you're kind of seeing it kind of look at this book. It's kind of difficult to make out the cover from here, as it's just kind of at the moment seemingly attempting to turn the page.
Aw.
As you
Wait,
as,
is the book real, or did he just?
yeah, it's a real book. It's just he's got big chunky fingers.
Oh.
Can I come up to him and help him turn the
Okay.
page?
As you walked up first and attempt, he becomes aware of you, takes a look. As you step closer and step up to the table, as a blade extends from the wrist as his right hand.
Wait, isn't he
pulls
the
back.
bartender?
No, he's,
No, he's
Oh,
just sitting
just
in
a
the
guy
booth.
at a random
he's a
table?
Yeah.
patron, yeah.
Oh, I
He's just kinda
thought.
like,
Oh,
now I
there's
feel
this
like a dick.
blank expression, as there is no like visible emotion, as it just like
Assassin's Creed, but backwards. Creed.
like predators, or like the Doom Eternal sword, or just
Yeah,
out
I know
of
what
his
you
wrist
mean.
a little bit.
It's dope.
Predator sword, basically, just kind of out of his wrist, just kind of folds back and is like looking at you.
Super rocket. Yeah. I'm just gonna sit down at the table with him. I'm just like,
He closes the book with one hand, sets it aside. As there's this, it's kind of tinny and muffled as you hear basically a, "Can I help you?"
where are we inside?
Please, get away from me.
I'm gonna like poke his little like stabby dude.
I'm
His
gonna,
big stabby dude.
I'm gonna go over to Gus and be like, hey, buddy, let's leave this nice man alone, please. I could.
You'd best keep your pet in check.
I'm trying. Kepesk, buddy, come on.
I'm gonna punch him.
No!
Punch him right in the face.
Okay.
Literally
I don't
war
care.
for
I
it.
don't care.
Oh my god.
I am no one's pet.
Make an attack roll.
Keyword war.
21.
21 misses.
Holy shit.
As you
Oh my god.
as you go to strike him in the jaw, watch the
Oh shoot.
careful of the
Shoot.
wall. It's okay.
Let's see.
Just watch out. As you just, like, with all your might, put everything into this punch, as you just, as there's like a brief echo which stops. As it's not hollow. As you just,
You're likely to lose that hand.
Hi guys. I want to approach the table.
as Arden kind of approaches, sir, this is not very integrated into society. Please, let's just get out of here. I apologize for my friend. As he just kind of like attempts to kind of lead you away.
I'm gonna move away from the group and try to find.
I'm gonna rage. Can I?
Okay.
I'm gonna rage.
I need Simon, Orion,
Thanks.
and this guy to make a dexterity saving throw. He succeeds.
I failed.
Argonum, who is basically
18.
hugging you, also
Is that
fails.
good?
Go ahead and roll a d6.
What does 18 do?
Success.
6.
6.
Okay. Yeah.
What'd you get? Total?
10.
10, you fail.
18.
You succeed. You take 3 points of lightning damage, you take 6.
No.
Nice.
You what? Why
When
did
he
you like
rages, he damages everyone around him.
3 points? You said.
Yes. As he just kind of, as Argon kind of, as the Warforged stands up, and
Uh-oh.
this is going to attempt to embed his
You
wrist blade
remember
into
that,
your chest.
You can die.
Yeah, I know.
That's dies 3
That
times.
is episode 5. Rip. Okay, that is a
I wanna
16
call
to
this
hit.
episode
Nope.
Thanos Car.
All right, as you just kind of it like slices across you. It retracts back into his wrist.
Okay.
It just kind of
Respect.
I'm gonna put up like not like fast, but just like a fist bump. he just sinks into the floor.
as Kepesk, T2 style, sinks into the ground.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk away from this.
Okay.
Thanks.
As he just turns his head, and it keeps turning, and it swivels like at 180 degrees as he just kind of watches you, and goes back, reopens his book, continues to tread it, thinks better of it, cha-ching, releases his wrist blade, and kind of effortless, like carefully, like surgically places a blade between one page and the next, and slowly flips it over as he cha-ching, and it goes back as he continues reading.
I like him. He's my new friend. This is how I make friends. This is how.
What's his name?
This is how Broodmother told
Can
me
I
to make
ask
friends.
his name?
Yeah. As you come back, I've got. Hang on.
No.
As you come back to the table, he kind of looks up at you.
You're pushing your luck.
No, I just want to know your name, because you're cool.
Manus. Don't forget it.
Manus or Manus?
Manus.
Dennis the
M-A-N.
Man-ness.
Manus.
And then I just walk away.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, you're
Okay. I wonder.
Manus the Report. As you kind of continue on. You eventually find yourself at a table as some of the other patrons.
I can't sit.
Oh no. You could.
I'm just gonna stand casually.
There are two. Excuse me. Goodness. There are two of the taller tables. The dwarf is occupying one. So you could take one of the higher tables and everybody else could sit. As everybody in the bar is currently like it has gone silent. Everyone is staring at you. The bartender is like halfway through polishing a glass. This kind of like rough looking human guy with a little bit of stubble on his chin is just kind of like looking at you. Everyone, it is just, you'd hear a pin drop. You'd hear horse hooves clicking on tile
Oh
floors.
no.
And with that, what are we calling this?
Thanos
Car.
Why? There's nothing to do. All right.
Thanos Car.
Okay.
Fuck yes.
All right, the
It's
jaw.
clickbait.
All right, the jaw is close enough.
Thanos Car.
He's got a Thanos jaw kind of going on. Okay, well, join us next time when Thanos the Warforged slaughters the party. Okay.